Hey there, tired of taste tests? Guess what? We actually have a review this time. So I literally just finished a second ago the final episode of The Fruit of Evolution. Before I knew it, my life had it made. It is 12 episodes. It is on Crunchyroll. They do leave off for another season, I'm assuming. Well, at least they leave a cliffhanger is what I'm saying. There's no like end card saying, hey, we're going to be back. But like they leave off the story that like they're going to continue. But like the final episode was today. So I don't know if there's gonna be another season. I hope so. It's not the greatest anime. I had a lot of fun with it. It's very corny and it knows it. Um, it is isekai comedy with a touch of romance. It's mostly isekai and comedy. Um, so basically, the premise, which they will constantly tell you every goddamn episode up till the fucking last one. I hate when they do that. they keep playing like the intro, like my name is so and so. I'm a regular old high school student. I fucking hate that. You get it up to episode like 4, and I'll tolerate that shit. Afterwards, stop. Fucking stop. We get it. Like he's literally the cliche. We get it. But it is one of those, becomes OP, gets transported to another world, was a nobody in the previous world, now is some big badass in this world that he's in, and of course we have a lot of, we have a harem, which is, it's expected in these type of shows, really, but the good news is he actually gets consent. Like, do you know how rare it is, at least in all the stuff I've watched, for someone to actually be like, hey, I want to have multiple relationships, instead of just dragging along this harem without really seeing if it's okay with the members of said harem. Like, they just kind of fucking deal with it, I guess. But no, he actually gets consent. So that's one good thing there. But yes, it is very corny. But our main character is Seichi, and you will know his name because he will say it every fucking beginning of the episode. And he was this kind of like overweight loser. And then kind of got like a brief classroom scene. He's clearly being bullied. And this voice comes on the intercom. And it's like, hey, so we're going to transport you to another world. And was like, wait, what? And then bam, they're gone. And they all get transported to well, it tells them like to group up. And I think it mentions something that if they don't, they'll be sent to a different location. I don't know. But like everyone else groups up. He's, of course, the loser. So no one groups up with him. Which doesn't really make sense to me, because we learned that there are some characters that seem to, like, know him. So my only thought is maybe it wasn't just his class or something. Maybe it was other classrooms. They don't straight up tell us that, at least not that I saw. Like, it looked like it was just that classroom. But then again, it's not like we saw every fucking member of the classroom. If they did, they didn't mention it. But yeah, they all get sent to this kingdom. And Seishi kind of gets transported to a forest after, I'm assuming God. It's like, hey, you're alone. Well, I guess I'll throw in another perk for you. And like, bam, he's in like a forest and he kind of has to, survive by himself. And he kind of ends up eating this fruit of evolution. And like it changes his physique. Like you actually see it like over time start changing his physique until he becomes the pinnacle of all men. I'm not shitting you. They constantly do like a status corner thing at the end of each episode. I can't remember if they did it right from the beginning, but we're doing a stats thing, and eventually when it was like his tiles or whatever, it's like pinnacle of all men, peerless. It's like so fucking stupid. Like, and they know it. Like, they know they're fucking stupid. But I like these type of shows. I love isekai. I like harems when they're done right. Because they can be entertaining. It's when they don't make them interesting. Like, none of the characters are likable, or it's just ass and titties for the sake of ass and titties. Like, I mean, if you're going for like a porn or like, hentai, whatever, strictly ecchi, then I guess it doesn't really fucking matter because that's what they're there for. But like, if you're gonna make an actual story, could you make at least the bare minimum sentence of why they like this person and their personality a little bit? Like, could you try a little bit? A few nouns, to describe them. Yeah. but it's like, so it's not like the most amazing anime. Like, oh, it's so groundbreaking and everything's new. And no, it's very, I want to say campy. Is that the right word? Like, it's very cheesy. It's very stupid, and they know it, and they kind of roll with it. But yeah, he, as I was saying, the Fruit of Evolution. I'm sorry, like in my head, just immediately went roll credits because I watch a lot of Simpsons, so that was just instantly in my head. Um, Great YouTube channel, check it out by the way. Makes me laugh often. I haven't watched them in a while because I've been distracted by other YouTube channels. I need to go watch some. Anyway, yeah, he eats this for Evolution. You see him kind of change over the time. And the nice thing is, it's not just like, oh, this fruit is magical. Like, you actually see him like, oh, fuck, this hurts. Oh, God, my body, what's going on? Like, little things like that don't need to be there, but kind of should be there. Does that make sense to you? Anyway, I ended up liking it, as you could tell. But Seichi gets this harem, and he, on the status corner, it's so stupid. I don't know why it makes me laugh, because it's not funny, but it's funny. It's like, oh god, what time is it? Like almost 8 o'clock here at night, obviously. I yawned, and then my eyes got teared up, and then my eyes need to be wiped. Okay. Oh god. Ugh. I hate that. Like that film in your eye for whatever reason. Ugh. It was real attractive just on screen. Appreciate that vision of loveliness. But the first kind of like member of his harem he meets is a gorilla. And they're not subtle, because in the poster you see the girl, like it's on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's on any other channel or network or whatever. I watch it on Crunchyroll. They have a poster, and it's her and then her gorilla form, and they both are the same shade of pink and both have the same flower in their hair. So I'm like, gee, I wonder. So yeah, her name is Saria. Despite being she's kind of like the main chick if you think about it. She's there, but she's not very present. Does that make sense? Like, it's one of those characters, like, it's very much Seichi that is the focus. It's not like she's not there, but at the same time, for her being, like, the main love interest, or I guess wife one, as we'd call her, like, she kind of feels a little backgroundy, but again, with a show like this that doesn't go into a whole lot of fucking details, I can see that happening. Maybe it's just I was laughing too hard at Seichi and his dumbness. The pay attention to Saria. Like, I like Saria. She seemed like a nice, I was gonna say nice girl. She's a fucking gorilla. So yeah, he meets her kind of by, he's, of course, in the forest, so there's no food, so he has to go find food. He manages to find this thing. It's the Fruit of Evolution. And there's a bunch of, like, these, I can't remember what they're called, but they're super smart monkeys or whatever. And, he kind of manages, I should probably mention this, he's like level 1, and this is quite literally like 100-something level area. He should not be there. But he manages to steal it, eat some, and kind of like gain skills by defeating monsters, and he meets her, and it turns out those monkeys were gathering that fruit as kind of like an offering to her mate, who she didn't have yet. And she's like, they kind of fight, but it never really feels like, I'm going to kill you. It feels very much very lighthearted. I don't know how this, like, it doesn't really feel like they're fighting. It feels more like sparring almost. Like, it never really feels like she's gonna kill him, and if it does, it's, hold on, that's what happens when the Roku turns off. You see me now? Okay. But yeah, like, it never feels like he's completely in danger or she really wants to kill him. And he's kind of like dodging, and he's barely surviving. It's not so much like a skillful fighting as kind of like Irumakan level of dodging. Well, not as impressive, but like the level of just kind of barely making it for whatever fucking reason of plot armor has been thrown in. Like, obviously this fucker would not survive if he wasn't the main character. But, I don't know what this, like, I didn't even brush it on my face, what the hell. But, sort of like my nose itches, I'm just, apparently I'm petting my cheek, I don't know what's going on. I'm tired, well, not hungry. Like, I'm not hungry, but you know how, like, it's been a few hours and you should eat? Last thing I ate made me sick. This fucking toaster strudel of all things. Toaster strudel and like the coffee. Did I do a review on it? The international whatever coffee, iced coffee carton thing is delicious. I don't know what I must have done. Maybe the combination didn't work, but like it just made me not feel good. So yeah, like I'm always weird. Why the fuck am I trying to make excuses? This just I don't know. That's you, mother. Did you like? I'm actually curious. The walls feel so paper thin. I'm actually genuinely curious. Did you just hear her sneeze? Because I can hear her sneeze. I can hear the TV going. Oh, there she was at the end. Anyway, what was I saying? Like, it never really feels like he's in danger. And, it's been over 10 minutes. How much of this is rambling? But yeah, he's kind of, like, dodging and, like, it's not really working what he's doing. But somehow, by the fact he's not dying, she's kind of getting more and more impressed. Like, it feels very lighthearted. I don't know how else to describe it. It doesn't feel like he's in serious danger. It doesn't feel like she really wants to kill him. It doesn't feel like she's even mad. I don't know how to describe it. Just other than very lighthearted. And she kind of like abducts him. It's like, well, you're my mate now. Let me just take your ass back to my cave. And yeah, she takes him to this cave, and she's very... Like, she feels very much like a housewife. Like, she knows how to cook. She knows how to... Like, when you're thinking, like, you think she's gonna, like, take him back to, like, a den, and to some extent she does, but, like, it doesn't feel like an animal den. It feels very much almost like a hobbit hole type of thing. Like, it's minimalistic, naturey. Like, the little trees... I think they were tree stumps or something for, like, chairs and, like, a table, and... So, like, it's not bad living. It's not... Anyway, I don't know why I'm describing that. But, yeah, he kind of meets her, and then he faces off with a fucking skeleton. It's a couple episodes down. I think, was it, like, the next episode or so? He meets this fucking monster, and... Okay, the way they fall in love is so fucking weird. Because the whole time he's, like, trying to escape from her. Which, makes sense that this random gorilla just kind of took you home, and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And reunite with my class because I don't know nobody here and I'm alone. What's going on? So he's always like trying to escape or something. I mean, well, sorry is actually being very nice for kidnapper. Is it a kidnapping or she's a girl? I don't know. But like she seems like a very pleasant person to be around. Like she made him a good meal. She's being very nice to him. Like, the only real thing, to be perfectly honest, that had, like, the only real thing going against her was the fact she wasn't, like, the same species as him. So it's definitely one of those, like, she's a gorilla, you know, type of things. Not because if she had been an attractive woman at the start, he probably would have enjoyed the attention. He does eventually kind of, like, when she risked her life for him, he'll, like, realize he's in love with her, and it's like, motherfucker, you just were trying to run away from her like an episode or two ago. Like, what the... I understand you're appreciative, and yes, she seems like a very nice person, and quite clearly, you probably need some human affection. But, I don't know. So yeah, she's, manages to live, which I can't remember exactly how she managed to fucking do that. But, and then, like, he defeats the skeleton dude. I can't remember his name. And then he gets, like, he, like, defeats the monster or whatever. Like, when he defeats monsters, is what I'm saying. Is, like, he kind of gets this, like... It feels... What it reminds me of is, like, if you've ever watched Hunter x Hunter, where they go to, was it Greed Island? Where you defeat something, you get, like, these cards and, like, skills and, like, maybe some kind of bounty. Like a video game. As when he defeats something, he gets, like, a book of its life or whatever. Like, the story of how it lived... Like, they don't always go over it, but it's quite clear, like, it's like a book of knowledge, or if it's, like, kind of, if they're more sentient, like, the dragon, and, he appears later on, or the I want to say skeleton, because, like, is he, like, a mage, like, a dark mage skeleton, something like that, I don't know, a leech, what, the fucking, god damn it, what is it, it's, like, a mage skeleton thingy that, like, immortal? I don't... Liched. Is that it? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Hopefully one of you do, because I'm stupid. And I can't pronounce it. Like, I know it, but I can't, like, my brain knows it. But, like, everything else is just, derp. I don't get it. Anyway, the weird sounds and faces I make. Anyway, so yeah, he kind of, like, gets a book of, like, this dude's life or whatever. And he kind of, like, I'm assuming he, like, I don't know if he's reading it or if he sees it in a flashback. We see it, like, flashback style. But he's, like, reading a fucking book at the time, so I don't... Anyway. And he gets, like, some skills from them, maybe some item drops from them. Like, the skeleton mage dude. Delitzed. Whatever the fuck it's called. Thank you. He gets 2 swords from him, and I think he gets, like, some kind of ring, and then he gets some skills. And this kind of what happens whenever he defeats, like, a strong opponent, is he gets, like, some kind of skills, maybe some kind of drop of some sort, like, clothing, or whatever. And, like, kind of, like, the book of knowledge, or their life, or whatever. And, I can't remember exactly how the fuck Saria turns into a human, but she fucking does. And I don't know if it's, like, one of those weird-ass, like, I cried, and, like, the tear hit her, and she turned into a human. I don't fucking remember. I just remember going, wait, how the fuck, why? Even when I was watching it, and since it's been a while since I watched the first episode, yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, she turns into a hot girl, essentially. Lily's hot for Seichi. To me, she just looks like generic pink-haired anime bitch with big titties. Number one, but okay. I'm kidding. All the girls have a cuteness about them. Calm down. And, yeah, and then he and her go off and find a town, which is where he is the majority of the time anyway. Because before he was kind of in that forest, now he's at this town, city, nation, kingdom, where fucking have you place he's at. And he spends the majority of the rest of the episodes there, occasionally, like, going out to, like, do things, but, like, he's in that location or around that location, and at the end of the final episode, he's leaving to go to the academy, which is, I'm assuming, another kingdom. And, yeah, then we meet, let's see, after Saria we get R, and R is an adventurer who has, like, this curse of bad things will always happen to her, which I get, but at the same time, what they're showing on screen is very, like, she's like they go to this place, like, where there's rubble or whatever. She's like, oh no, class got me. I'm like, bitch, it's been there for a while. It's not that unusual. That's what might, I don't know, fucking fall apart there. Like, you're at the fucking ruins, honey. Like, and then there's this one thing that irritated the shit out of me because it was so obvious, is they have, you know how people, like, just haphazardly, like, lay building materials somewhere for, like, wherever fucking kids, whoever ran it, like, you know, goddamn well it's gonna be knocked over. Like, you can just look at it and go, yeah, even if no one passes by, a gust of wind is gonna make it go. And she's like, oh god, it happened again. I'm just like, honey, I don't think you're cursed. I think you just, people are, I don't know. It's kind of like a running theme. And, I don't know what race she is. I think that is, like, Saria is, of course, like, a gorilla, so I don't know if she's a different race. I don't think they say. I don't remember if she's, like, a different species, not race. Is that right? You know how there's, like, fairies and elves and dwarves and that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if she's some other thing. I don't remember if they said. All I know is she's adorable. And, she's an adventurer. She is our traditional, if she sees you do something perverted, she's gonna smack you type, you know, where they accidentally walk into the bathroom and they're like, baka! She's kind of that chick. God damn. Hi again. Anyway, so, I don't know why I keep checking the time. And, so we get R, and he has to kind of course, she's kind of oblivious to the fact she likes him, and then eventually learns she likes him, and she feels bad for liking him because he has Saria. And Saria is actually one that's like, yeah, no, hook up. Come on, let's all be together. And I'm just like, oh, okay. That was fucking anticlimactic. And then I don't know if we can really add the rest to the harem, but they're definitely part of the harem, you know what I mean? Where they're like, it's obvious that R likes him and Saria likes him because they fucking say it. And then we have Lilune, who is the fucking horse he buys. And somehow she levels up after eating Fruit Evolution after a race and turns into, again, hot chick. And then we have the Knights captain. Or they actually say that, like, it's kind of, they don't say it, but they, like at an end credit, they do like little chibi versions of them talking or doing something sometimes. And the other Valkyries, that's these warriors named the Valkyries, and she's the captain of the Valkyries, are kind of like joking around that maybe she likes Seichi, and then she blushes, and that's, you know what I mean? And then we have, of course, the little sister character, which thankfully doesn't look like he wants to bang her, which I appreciate because I'm kind of tired of that shit. It seems more like he's like, "Aw, little sister," rather than like, "Oh, little sister, yeah!" Like, thank God, because what is with the anime? Like, why is like I want to fuck my sister so high in the anime? Why? Not not all of them do it, but a lot of like the ecchi perverted ones, they always fucking do it, and it's never. And don't get me wrong, there are ones where they are actually related. But it's always like the little sister. Why is your first thought to bang them? Why is it not, oh, new family member? Why? I don't. I'm sorry. Can you tell I've seen this so many fucking times and anime I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. And anytime I see a little sister character, I'm automatically like, there's this little, like, Wheel of Fortune thing going off in my head, like, will he try to bang her? Will they make it creepy? Oh, they didn't? Well, holy shit, we hit the jackpot. You know, but it doesn't seem like it's going that route, and I'm hoping it stays that way. Because if you're going to have a little sister character, can they at least actually be a little sister character, please? So look out without any creepy things attached to it. Thanks, bye. Anyway, it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. Because I like those sister characters, but I like them as little sister characters. Like the, oh, little family member. Not the, oh, potential love interest. I'm okay, just going on a tirade. Like my nose is running. I'm sorry, my nose is running because it's cold. Excuse me. It's the last thing I need after whoever the fuck this was and earlier is to see my nose run on camera. I'm a professional. Anyway, so yeah, then he meets. Her name's Olga. She's a little cat sister character, and she's adorable. And hopefully have all the happiness now, because of course she has a tragic backstory. Because these characters often do have tragic backstories. She's an assassin. Of course, she was, made a slave, turned into an assassin against her will, and then she finds the main character that saves them. And like I said, there's a lot of cliches in this anime. It's still cute, it's still fun, but yes, there's a lot of. They gotta tick off a lot of boxes. Little sister character check. Like master swordsman, some martial arts, some fighter type character that falls in love with them because they get bested or fucking check. Some random hot chick that's the first person they meet that they want to become waifu number one check. I really do need to like a fucking bingo card of anime cliches, but it's just, I don't think there's enough room on a bingo card for that. I think there's too many. Anyway. So yeah, and it's basically him kind of like joining the Adventurers Guild, and he gets warned when he goes there, hey, don't go to this place, and he's like, fucking why? And he gets there and it's like, oh, okay. I doubt they're bad people. I mean, there was one moment that was funnier to me than it should have been. Like, there's a bunch of weird fucking characters. Like, we have the dominatrix, a receptionist, the guy that's obsessed with, like, his muscles, and is always talking about muscles, and is always in a fucking bikini, and why is he always hiding shit in his crotch? He uses that thing like a goddamn fanny pack. He'll just randomly pull out shit there. Anyway, he's like, how the fuck did you... I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. And then there's, like, this character that they don't really explain, but they show him, like, twice. And it's a guy in, like... He's one of those big dudes. He's kind of like the He falls into the stereotypical, otaku, neat, glasses-wearing, overweight dork. But he's got, like, a pacifier. There's him. And then there's these two very obviously looking, you know who I'm talking about. The characters with, like, the mohawks that are very colorful and they say stereotypical punk shit. There's them. They immediately laugh harder than anything else in this series, I think, was this one moment where it looks like they kind of like pull Seiichi aside, and you think they're like, oh, he's gonna get like bullied or beaten up or something, and they just outright say they want to fuck him, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, what? And then they proceed to do a chase scene with Seiichi running across the rooftops of the city while they're chasing him, like, come back here! And I'm just... It should have been funny because obviously Seiichi's not into it, so it's not consensual, and they should back the fuck off, but at the same time it looks so dumb. It's just... I don't know why it was so funny to me. For a good, like, 5-10 minutes, I was cackling because it was just so fucking dumb. Like, you know how you're expecting everything, and then they do that, but they don't, and you're just like, wait, what? You actually did something unexpected? Like, it was that, and as you can tell, it still makes me laugh, because they show later, and the fucking... They're in the goddamn ending... Or was it the opening or ending thing? They're in, like, a Mario Kart-style drive-off against Seiichi, and they're, like, chasing him in the go-karts or whatever. I don't know, it's, like, my favorite part of the opening. It's the fucking go-karts. Why? Why are these stupid? They look... You know what they look like? They look like they have, like... I guess the leader of whatever the fuck they are is... Because they're doing, like... They remember, like... Street Fighter villains or something. Oh, God, what was that old-ass Seiya game... Where, like, you ate chicken out of a garbage can, and hua, hua was, like, the fighting noise. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I didn't play Sega a whole lot, but we had it, and I don't know what version of it was, but there was a game, and the one we got had, like, a bunch of, like, arcade games on it or something, and one of them was that. I was horrible at all of them. I think it was the Street Fighters I'm thinking of. Because, like, the bright yellow mohawk, and then one guy has... I don't remember what one of the other guys has, but I think he had, like, was it blue or purple hair? And then there's the guy with... His face paint reminds me a lot of, like, Kiss, the band. I don't know why, it just kind of gives me, like, that rocker face paint 80s feel. I don't know how to describe it. And they're wearing, like, the vests with, like, nothing underneath them. And then, like, were they wearing, like, fucking Speedos or something? I think it was very, like, what the fuck is this? I have talked about them more than I have anyone else so far, haven't I? I'm sorry. I'm crying. It's hilarious. It's so stupid. Anyway. Why? Why is that my level of humor is them? Why? But yeah, it's very cliche, but if you like kind of cliche, fun anime trash, isekai bullshit with the harem and the OP main character and just the stupidness, I'd say check it out. Obviously, there are much better shows for the genre, but if you want a lot of cliche, maybe it's for you. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I can recommend it, but it was definitely one of those that was stupid and I want to watch the next season type of things. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you're happy to have reviews back. Like I said, there's plenty of stuff for me to review, but I haven't, like, wanted to. I don't know. Like, I need to do a review for the second season, second core of Slime, and I haven't finished it. But I want to go back and rewatch it and then do my review or whatever. Because I've forgotten a lot, and it's one of those more meatier stories that I really like. So I want to do it justice. Whereas, if you watch any of my reviews or anything at all, is quite clearly nothing I say is scripted. It's very just whatever the fuck comes out of my mouth and what I thought about 5 minutes ago while thinking about what I wanted to say when I was in front of the fucking video camera. But it's fucking simple. Anyway, but yeah, tell me what you thought about it if you want to watch it. If it's just not your... I was gonna say not your jam. And I was gonna say not your cup of tea, and then for some reason I'm like, not your biscuit, and I'm just naming breakfast things at this point. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm not looking forward to uploading this. That's one of the reasons I don't want to edit it, because editing it is I literally watch it back, which is annoying, because even I'm tired of hearing myself talk. I don't know, I really need to learn to do like 5 minutes of editing every other day or something, so like that wouldn't take that long with this type of video or something, but obviously I'm going on 30 minutes, so anything past like the 10-minute mark, I'm kind of like, I don't want to edit. I'm lazy. I don't want to. Like, I could just upload it, but like, I don't know. Would I use to edit stuff does work, but I'm not super familiar with it, and I'm very lazy, and I can't be birdered. I can't be birdered. Fucking God, I don't know what's going on. Okay, comment, subscribe, check out the videos. Tell me what you thought about the show. Are you gonna watch it? Are you gonna skip it? I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna go now because why is my eye still fucking watering? Okay, bye. Oh, happy holidays, by the way. So it's Christmas. Okay, bye.